Hey Virgo, how you doing? I hope you're very well. My name is Diane and we're going to do a love reading for June. If I can shuffle the cards. But it is a timeless reading, you know, so whenever you happen to see this is when the messages were meant for you. You are very, very welcome here. Thank you very much for taking the time to, you know, check out the reading. I appreciate it so much. And if you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I would appreciate that very much as well. Let's just do one more, Virgo. Oh my god. Okay, so let us see who is coming towards Virgo. So who is coming towards you, Virgo? The World. Could be a Capricorn coming towards you, or someone with Capricorn in their charts. Let's see what else comes out here. It kind of looks like you're dealing with someone who's closed in a chapter in their life. Yep. So you have the Page of Swords here with the Five of Swords as well. This person's in the process, or they already have left something behind, but it's not just one thing. It's like a whole chapter. They're just done. I think they're a bit of an overgiver, actually, so you'll resonate very well with that, Virgo. You have the Six of Pentacles here. I think this person has spent so much time giving to people, and now they're just done. They're kind of shutting that down a little bit. I mean, they're going to give to you, obviously, but this person's like a natural giver, so you're going to be very well suited to each other. You know, because that's the thing when you're a nat, you know, that, what's that phrase, like the givers have to know their limits because the takers don't have any, right? I feel like that's very on point for your person. They're very generous. They've been giving to the people their whole life, and now they've come to a point where they're like, you know what, no, I'm just going to give. I'm going to give to myself, and I'll give to Virgo, and I'll give to people who deserve it, but I'm not just giving to people all the time. Because they're leaving some kind of cycle behind here. You know, the Page of Swords is like, excuse me, Virgo, like one foot in a new life, like leaving the old life behind. It's like taking one last look at their past and just moving on. And with the Five of Swords energy here, you could be dealing with, I don't know, that came up in the Leo reading as well. I think it came up in Cancer as well. It's been coming out a lot today. It can often represent someone that's kind of manipulative, or a group of people that are manipulative or narcissistic. Something with, it's again, this Five of Swords energy is like a black hole. You know, it's someone or some situation that's a black hole. Basically, you could stand at the edge of this black hole for the rest of your life, throwing time and money and love into it, and it would never be full. It would. Apologies, Virgo, I got interrupted there. Is this focus? Let me just check. Yes. My doorbell went, so apologies about that. Yeah, they're just done, you know. The Five of Swords energy, like you could literally spend your life giving to the situation and it would never change, you know. That I feel like nobody ever gives back to them. Probably very similar to what you find yourself in often. And they're just done. You know, the Magician at the bottom of the deck, they've learned the lessons that they had to learn. I feel like you're probably going through a similar thing, because I know I did a reading for you about this not that long ago, leaving toxic energies behind. But the Magician is like, you know, kind of karmic lessons, like, okay, so I've learned everything that I can from this situation, like I have everything that I need now to start this new cycle in my life. This person may have problems with their throat chakra. Okay, let's see. What else about this person coming towards Virgo, please? Okay. It was the Ten of Swords that I saw. I'm going to take that one too. It seems to want to come out. So you have the Ten of Swords with the Three of Swords. So this person's had some kind of ending that wasn't so pleasant. Now, that doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but it was something that kind of broke their heart a little bit, okay? It could also, you know, it could be family too though, it could be both. But the Page of Cups energy, you could be dealing with a Pisces or someone with Pisces in their chart, but they're still so sweet. Very much like yourself. You know, they haven't let it kind of make them bitter. Like, this person is not showing up as like a bitter Betty. It's like, okay, I learned what I had to learn from this situation and now I'm moving on. But Page of Cups energy, they're very sweet, very loving, a little naive maybe. Probably less so now that they've been through all this. But, you know, kind of like a little kid at heart, basically, like very playful energy. You're gonna really like them, I think. Okay, clarify that world, please. Oh. Okay, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I also think this person, a couple of things with that. They may very well have been single for a while, this person. Which is something that they're done with that now. Like, they're kind of seeing you as like, oh, okay, so I'm not single anymore, cool. Also, this person has struggled with low self-confidence. The Nine of Pentacles often talks about someone who you know, they've struggled with self-worth in the past. Like, they may have ended up with people in the past that were kind of, I don't know, beneath them. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, one person's better than the other, but I kind of do, because this person that you're dealing with was very giving. So they've probably ended up in many relationships where they were the giver, like these codependent situations where they were the giver and the other person was the taker. You know, which is, you know, which in my opinion, the giver is better than the taker. Sorry. But, you know, they've kind of realized what was going on there. And I think now they've moved away from that. And, you know, they're ready now for new love with the Ace of Cups here. I do feel like this is new love with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is somebody new. I mean, you might have known them for a while, but it's not an ex. Do you know what I mean? It's not someone you've already dated. Clarify the Page of Swords. Yeah, they're done. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups. They're just done. They are done. They are walking away from something. Like, the Eight of Cups is, you know, because he's got that cup missing there. The idea behind the Eight of Cups is like, I am taking this cup, my cup of love, away from where, you know, it's not being appreciated. Nobody cares. I do all this stuff for them, or you know, I show them all this love and nobody cares, so they don't care, so I'm taking it away to someone that's gonna care, to you. They're very anxious. They're kind of an anxious person. The Nine of Swords, you could be dealing with a Gemini, but they're just done. Clarify the Five of Swords, please. I have to say, it seems with this person less. I mean, I think because this Ten of Swords is showing up here and this Three of Swords, they've definitely had heartbreak in the past, but I feel like it may have been a while in the past. What they're walking away from is more low self-esteem. That's what this person seems to be walking away from. Also, they may be a bit of a hermit. I mean, not, the Hermit card is not here, but sometimes the Nine of Pentacles represents, it represents the single lady, you know, or the single man, single boy. But someone like very independent, you know, so that may also be something that they're kind of walking away from, like not feeling like they have to always do everything themselves, right? But able to be in a partnership with someone. I mean, not that they're going to expect you to do everything, but there's going to be that equal give and take, you know, because I feel like this person's kind of used to being on, they're used to having to deal with everything on their own because they were the giver, you know, so I feel like they didn't have that many people trying to give to them. So that might be something new for them. Clarify this Five of Swords, please. Clarify the Five of Swords, please. I think it took this person a long time to learn this lesson because of how long it took that card to come out. Man, this person's been through it, Virgo. You have the Five of Swords with the Five of Cups. They have been through something. You have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so you have the Seven of Wands with the Eight of Swords behind it. Could be something now. Could be something to do with their childhood. Could be something to do with their family. Let me talk about this first. So the Five of Swords with the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is sadness. It's something that did not go right, you know, or many things. Like there's a lot of regret about the past. And it could be it could be one person, like I said, it could be family or childhood. You have the Three of Cups with the Six of Cups here. Kind of thinking it's, at least for some of you, might be a little bit of an issue with the fam or the childhood, which is why it doesn't seem to go back to a particular relationship. It seems to come back to low self-esteem with this person. So this Five of Swords, now that could be one particular person or it could be their family. But like I said, I think this person has some experience maybe dealing with like narcissistic type energy or very selfish. It doesn't necessarily have to be a narcissist, you know, but like it could be, you know, very selfish, very manipulative, just, you know, nothing you do is ever enough. You're always a failure. This type of energy. There's a lot of sadness. But what is important for you to know is that they've moved it. They're done with that. They're done. And they're still managing, they've found their self-esteem, which may be something to do with meeting you, Virgo, and they've still managed to maintain this inner core of sweetness and love. So this person is pretty impressive. You do have the Seven of Wands here with the Eight of Swords. So there's a couple of things that could be. They're kind of having, the way that I want to say it is they're used to having to defend themselves. Rather than being defensive, they're used to having to defend themselves. So they may come across as a little defensive, but that's not specifically with you. It's like how they've grown up or something. And you have this Eight of Swords, so it's like, I think not really realizing how much they were in their own way, because the Eight of Swords is a card of feeling stuck, but not actually being stuck. But the thing is, when you're in that Eight of Swords energy, it's very genuine. You do genuinely feel very stuck. And then this Three of Cups with the Six of Cups is coming together, so it makes me think there's something with this person about their childhood and their family that wasn't great. Clarify this. Okay. Ten of Swords. Yeah, there was some kind of relationship as well, like a long-term commitment or something they thought, maybe a long-term situationship or something that didn't turn out well. Okay, with the Ten of Swords, there was some kind of unhappy ending. So they may have been stabbed in the back, you know. Clarify the Three of Swords, please. The King of Wands. Let me just get one more. Oh, okay. That's a lot. Just give me one, Spirit. Well, this Fool seems to want to come out. We'll take the Fool. So they're really ready. This is very important, I think, to emphasize, because when you see all this, you might just be like, oh my god, this person's a mess. But they're actually not, because, you know, they've worked on their self-esteem. They've closed down these old chapters. Whatever this relationship was that had a painful ending is now in the past. But they're showing up here as this Page of Cups, which is someone very sweet, like I said, very loving, very playful, very fun. They might be younger than you, or they might just be very childlike, and not childish. I just mean very childlike, like very innocent and sweet and lovely. Excuse me. And the Fool, like, they're totally ready to take this leap of faith with you, you know. They might be a little like that anyway. Like, they're very trusting. Page of Cups with the Fool, like, you're dealing with someone very trusting here. I think they're very trusting with you. They will be very trusting with you. But I think in general, this person kind of maybe shows up as the Seven of Wands energy, like kind of guarded, right? Don't think they'll be like that with you. And you have the Three of Swords with the King of Wands. Let me just clarify. Clarify this King of Wands for me, please. I'm going to take those. You have the Ace of Swords. Oh, the Knight of Wands and the Judgment card. There's some kind of delay, or there has been some kind of delay here. It's almost like they've been making a decision with the Two of Wands because they're aware. It's like they've been given this really beautiful thing with you, and now it's like, what do I do with it? Because there's Three of Swords, which is heartbreak, okay? And the King of Wands, I think this person is very attractive. They might be some kind of entrepreneur or team leader or manager. They might live a little bit further away than you. They have a lot of sex appeal, this person, like very charismatic as well, very charming. But with the King of Wands, like very, very loyal. You know, and it's someone who expects loyalty in return as well, the King of Wands. Very, very passionate about you. But the King of Wands is kind of holding back a little bit, you know. But there's some kind of breakthrough here with this Ace of Swords. You know, the Ace of Swords is like a new way of thinking. But I feel like it maybe took them a long time with the Judgment, because the Judgment is not something that happens fast. Clarify this. That's a lot of cards, Spirit. Clarify this Knight of Wands, please. So, you could be dealing with a Leo or someone with Leo in their chart, but they've kind of been holding back, but they're not going to be holding back for much longer. This person really, really sees like commitment with you, okay? Because this King of Wands is also looking at this Ten of Cups, but what's interesting as well is that this Five of Cups is here, so it's like they see the Ten of Cups with you, but they're also seeing this Five of Cups, this sadness kind of behind it. But that's kind of what's made them be slow, right? That's kind of what's made them hold back. But you have this Knight of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. So the Knight of Wands is like fast, something fast happening fast. It's not quite as fast as the Knight of Swords, but it's someone being bold. It's someone kind of stepping into their confidence, like stepping into their power, like plucking up the courage to do something, and they're coming forward to try and get this Ten of Pentacles with you. Like they want to... Is this candle going out? What's that all about? Hold on, Virgo. So you have the... Yeah, they're coming in for this Ten of Pentacles with you. Like they're wanting to settle down. You might be dealing with someone that has not, like with the the Knight of Wands here, like a little bit of a chaotic energy. You know, not so much chaos, but like they may have moved around a lot, or they may not have been very settled before they met you. They're also, you do have this Nine of Wands here with the King of Swords, so you could be dealing with another Virgo or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe air with Leo in their chart, or fire in their chart somewhere. See, they've definitely been through a lot. This person with the Nine of Wands, they've been through a lot. I wonder if that's why you have so many interruptions in your reading, because they're a little in and out, like not in and out, but like stop start, Like they maybe convince themselves that this is going to work out with you, and then they look at the past and they're like, no, it won't work, it won't work. And then again they're like, oh, this will work with Virgo, you know, and it builds up the energy again, and then they come back and they're like, oh no, it won't work this time, it won't work. But they are coming in with this offer of commitment here. But with the Nine of Wands, they've definitely been through a lot. They're a bit of a wounded warrior, and they may have had a lot of people in their past kind of come for them. I often pick that up with the Nine of Wands energy, because I think those Nine of Wands look like people being judgmental and ganging up on them. And with the King of Swords, it's someone very intelligent, but also, you know, very intelligent, very logical, but they can be a little guarded, like trying to protect themselves. They've definitely left some harsh lessons behind with this Seven of Swords, and they've had to, yeah, with the Temperance, there's been some kind of delay where they have been trying to transmute these energies, okay? Because I think you guys have been in some kind of separation, and this is the reason why. That's why. And with this Queen of Cups here, they're very sensitive. You could be dealing with a water sign, but they're very sensitive. They're very sweet. They're very open, very genuine, very compassionate. But the Queen of Cups often gets taken advantage of until they learn boundaries. Clarify this Judgment, please. They're just going to have to make a move because they feel so drawn to you. With the Judgment, like they feel so drawn to you. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. You might have met this person at your work. You might meet them, like maybe they teach a class or something in the evenings. That might be like how you guys meet. This person's been doing an awful lot of work on themselves so that you guys can have this new beginning. Spirits kind of made them do it. Like there's been some kind of intervention here. Because I do think, yeah, see, I'm just looking at these cards here. They're very independent. Whoever this person is very independent. But I think it's almost been sort of a state of hyper independence with this person. I think you're going to find out that this person's not had a lot of relationships or something like that. Like they've maybe been alone for a while. Like they're very used to doing things for themselves. So I feel like it's taken this person a while to kind of get past that. Like this hyper independence thing, so that you can come in. If there's been a delay, I feel like that's why. Okay, and they may not have even known that they were doing it. Okay, and I was pulling a card for what action this person is going to take towards you. The Ace of Cups. They're going to give you their heart. They're going to love you. I would say it's a newer energy. You know, this person has overflowing love for you, Virgo. Overflowing love. Yep, look, the Knight of Cups coming in to make you this love offer, and it's so genuine. This is a real sweetheart you've got here, like really genuine, really loving. They might happen kind of fast with the Knight of Swords and the Star. There's some kind of wish fulfillment coming in here very fast. It could be an Aquarius, it could be a Gemini. They're, how do I put this? With the Star and the Knight of Swords coming out together, they kind of have no filter. Like, they're not going to say, they're just very honest. Okay, this person is very honest. They might be a little blunt sometimes, but they're just going to tell, not like they're going to insult you, they're just going to tell you how they feel, and it might be very strong. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just a very honest person. What you see is what you get with this person. Knight of Swords energy, like I said, it might be something happening kind of fast. So you do have this King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here as well. I think you've both been kind of left out in the cold, is what I want to say here. excuse me, because you have this King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is you guys. I mean, they could be an earth sign, but I think they're just very well suited. I think you guys are just very well suited for each other. Like, you're both very practical, you're both very down to earth, you're both very grounded. They may be a little chaotic, or they may have been in the past, but this person wants to settle down now. Like, I'm kind of picking that up with this Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Like, they may have not been a player, but they may have been a bit of a commitment phobe or something in the past, but now they're really looking to settle down with you here. And I feel like you've both kind of been left out in the cold, with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit in between, and then you have this Five of Pentacles here. But there's an ending to that. Like, there's just, I see commitment here coming in, you know. It's very sweet. You have a lot of cards here. This person had a lot to say. They might be kind of a chatterbox. You have playfulness here. Laughter is the best therapy. Excuse me, Virgo. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So this person's very playful. You're gonna have a lot of fun. I think they probably have a very good sense of humor. They like to laugh a lot. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay. So this person, they're kind of moving away from, I don't want to say, I think this person has a lot of bad memories, to be honest, of like the past. I feel like this person's kind of been told that they're a bad person. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I feel like that's what it is. I feel like at some point this person was told they were like a bad person, or they were selfish or something. And those are the memories that they're moving away from, because I think that's what's made them feel like lack of confidence. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So they've had some trust issues in the past, and it's because of the types of energy they've dealt with. It's because of this, like, this, now I don't know if that's, I feel like for some of you it is family, but for others of you maybe it's just this relationship that they had. Something really, you know, damaged their trust. So it was necessary for this person to go through a healing period before you could come together. Okay, because they had to kind of figure out how to trust people again, how to release so they could trust. Yeah. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So they've been going through a lot of healing, this person. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Where am I going to put this? Yeah, they've been doing a lot of reflecting, I think, this person. That's why you had to have space, okay? I feel like that space is over. I feel like the reflection period is coming to an end, and it's time for union now. Anything else for Virgo, please? I am so sorry, Virgo. I had to change the battery. So that's 3 interruptions you've had. Maybe some of you have Pisces in your chart, and I think it happened to Gemini. You might be dealing with a Gemini or a Pisces. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, then we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. See, I think this person was a little resistant to change. Like, they were a little resistant to kind of letting people in. But now, like, the walls are kind of coming down here, and they're learning to let people in. Let's get another couple here. What else would this person like to say to Virgo? You have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Where am I going to put this one? Yeah, I feel like this is, like, you're just going to be very well suited to each other. I feel like you guys have always both felt left out in the cold, because I've just put that over the Hermit. You know, I feel like you've both, even though you've maybe been with people, like you both felt really alone. But it's like you complete each other. Because you were just out there, and like you didn't know each other was out there, and now I feel like once you found each other, it's just, yeah, because at the bottom of the deck you have a card about reflection here, and then there's twin flames, which are both like cards, you know, it represents like the yin and the yang, like reflection. I feel like you're both very, very similar to each other. I mean, you might be very different on the surface, but at the core, you're very, very similar. And I feel like you've both always felt really alone. So when you meet each other, you don't feel alone anymore. And it's like you just never want to be apart. I feel like it's going to be a very close connection. But they had to heal, Virgo, because they had, I think, they've just been through a lot. You know, I think they just needed some time to kind of transmute the energy. And I feel like they've spent so long dealing with, like, I think they've had a lot of people come for them. You know, so they've kind of had to learn to lower these barriers. But, you know, both of these cards here talk about reflection. So I feel like you're dealing with like a yin-yang kind of, I wouldn't say twin flame, but I mean, it might be your twin flame, but I don't really like labeling things as that. But for me, the twin flame card is more about, like I said, like the yin and yang. Like, you kind of complete each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, what you lack, this person has. What they lack, you have. And just together, you just make the perfect pair. You know? Let's just get one more. Yeah, power. You instinctively know what is right for you and have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So I think they walked away from some of this stuff. I don't think that other people walked away from them. I think they walked away from other people. I think they've had to walk, they may have even, you may find out that this person doesn't have like a close connection with their family for some of you, because they've had to walk away, or you know, it may have been like a relationship that they walked away from. But yeah, I hope this was a useful reading, Virgo. Many thanks for watching. It was a pleasure to read for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. Many blessings, Virgo. Love and light.